What's up, guys? You are now tuned in once again to the Real Discovery channel, the channel where we expose all the flying monkeys and all the crazy wild animals that run around here on this earth, destroying other people. The channel of exposure. So let's get to it, shall we? This video topic is going to be on how long a narcissistic relationship usually lasts for. And they say, which sounds accurate to me as I'm reading this, but from my own experiences anyways, I want to hear from you guys in the comments as well to hear how long shit lasted with you guys with the narcissist. Because it can be all different. Obviously, it's not all going to be in the age range that it says, but from what I read in a small paragraph, it said narcissistic relationships usually last anywhere between 6 months to a year, and that was very accurate whenever I read that, because the longest relationship I was ever in for lasted dead ass a year. And it's never been any longer than that because there would have been exposure involved. And that is not sometimes what the narcissist wants. And the scary thing is, every time I got screwed over by one of these filthy animals, they try to hide the fact that they were actually like that. They try to hide the fact that they were actually a narcissist and presented themselves to be a normal human being. So this just intensified it way more because they're trying to fuck with my head so bad to the point where they're putting me in a goddamn coma. Some narcissists do expose themselves, some don't, but from my experience anyways, the longest relationship I was ever in with one of these individuals lasted up to a year. That was a year of talking to this individual. And as I was talking to this other person, which you guys know that usually watch my channel, I was on and off with this person 6 or 7 times, and every single time it lasted like a couple months tops, maybe up to 4 months max. That just shows how fragile they really are, because they don't want you to figure them out. They don't want you to be in a relationship with them up to a certain point, and then you realizing you don't want them, and then you ending it with them. They don't want that. That's why they cut it off so early. That's why narcissists cut it off so early, because they still want supply. And they'll continue to go to people because they know everyone's going to stick around in the early stages because they look good, they can charm people, and they're manipulating in the most evil ways possible. So they know people is going to stick around for at least a little bit. They have their own fun, and then they discard because they know it's going to get to a certain point. They don't want to start getting too comfortable because they don't want this person to get too comfortable either and then to end up leaving them. They don't want that. They're too insecure, they're too fragile. They have that happen to them. They can't take it. And a lot of this happens too is because when intimacy increases in the relationship, this is why the one I was in for a year came to an end, because I wanted more intimacy. I wanted to get more intimate with this person. I wanted to grow closer to this person. And the more I wanted that, the more this person would just run. And it made no sense. And even this person admitted, they were like, "You're going to be mad at me for this?" And this is whenever they started to tell me at first that, you know what, like, I don't want you to get attached. I don't want to get attached. All this bullshit. That's because I wanted to grow closer on an intimate level. Well, this person did not. Most narcissists, they honestly like, a lot of narcissists are a part of the hookup culture in the day and age that we're living in today, because they don't want intimacy. They see it as weakness. I felt literally like a weaker person temporarily because of this motherfucker that cut me off like this, because I wanted to grow closer on an intimate level and be closer to grow stronger together with this person and to actually grow a life with this person. But yet they seen it as weakness. They made me feel like a bitch for wanting what was real. And this is what narcissists do. They honestly see this shit as a weakness. That's how they see it. That's because they operate out of the ego, and they're going to make you feel crazy. They're going to make you feel weak. They're going to make you feel worthless because of their own insignificant actions. And this is facts. So, but yeah, guys, I want to hear from you guys in the comments section how long your guys' relationships lasted, because it is all different. Like, I've heard many stories. Actually, most people that I've actually talked to will last longer than a year, but I just think these people were less knowledgeable and allowed the abuse to continue and to keep happening because they didn't have the knowledge and they weren't aware enough. Even though they even knew themselves something was up, they stuck with it. And honestly, that probably would have been me as well if this person wouldn't have discarded me in the first place, because all these narc bitches that I was with, they cut me off the chain. I'm not saying I never did it to one of these individuals, because as of recent, I have, because I started to figure them out. And once I know what I'm dealing with, I'm no longer dealing with it anymore. So, but in the past, when I did not know what I was dealing with, I just tried harder and harder and harder. The more they seemed to try to get more distant from me, that made me try even harder. That made me put in more effort. That made me want them more, not realizing what was actually going on. So, that's the truth about that situation. And I see it for what it is now, and I'll never make those mistakes again. And I corrected my mistakes. I have so much information and knowledge now that it's just, it puts you in a better place. It makes you understand things. I understand what happened in my past. I understand the psychology behind these females, because some of these evil bitches will literally make you feel not worthy, because they can like cut you off and then go with another dude that is literally way below you, and you can't understand it. You're like, what the hell is going on here? Then it messes with your head even more. But this isn't even the truth of what's going on. These bitches know you are better than them. They're just not going to tell you that. They're not going to admit it, but they know it. And honestly, if you pay attention to their body language, if you're even still around them or see them out and about, you'll know that. All these same girls were super jealous of me after making the decisions that they made. And they showed me that through their actions. They showed me that how they tried to talk to me again. They showed me that in many ways. They showed blatant jealousy right in front of my own two eyes. So, and other things as well. So, I got nothing left in this video, guys. This is what it is. This is how long these relationships usually last for. It's sounded pretty accurate to me. From my experiences, it's very accurate. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. So I don't want you guys not knowing this shit for what it is. You guys now know this shit for what it is. And do not second guess yourselves, because you guys are good enough. You guys are worthy. These people, they're not even real people. They don't even exist. They are illusions. They are empty meat suits. They are lost spirits. They just don't have anything. They can't get anything right. They can't get anything right when it comes to other human beings. They can't be really intimate. They take advice from the wrong people. That's something else narcs usually do. They might take advice from their older sister that's also a psychopathic bitch. So, it's what they do. They're all in it together. They're all evil. They're pretty much all a part of a cult. So, anyways guys, I got another great video to do after this one, and I will get to it. I will be back.